Hey everyone, I'm Jelsy. Welcome to my channel. Here you'll find videos about family-friendly programming. Before I begin, I would like to invite you to hit subscribe to this channel, and it would mean a lot. Things are a bit crazy around the world, and one of the things that I like to do when things are a bit rough is watch a Hallmark movie, right? So spring is in the air, and I'm going to count down my top 5 favorite spring fever Hallmark movies. So number 5, I'm going to go with Bottled with Love. It stars Bethany Joy Lenz and Andrew Walker. Here we meet Abby. She got stood up and she's encouraged to write a letter. She writes a letter to love and she throws it out into the water. Nick fishes the letter out and he is immediately impressed by the person who wrote this letter. So he reaches out to her and they start exchanging texts and emails. And they don't know that they've actually met. So the part with the letter is very message in a bottle, and I've read that this movie has a little bit of message in a bottle and you've got mail, and it's so true. But that's what piqued my interest, that even though at the beginning we know that they're the ones who've been writing to each other, it's fun to see them grow their relationship and discover the truth. This is a fun one, and the ending is pretty epic. So for number 4, I chose Moonlight in Vermont. It stars Lacey Chabert and Carlo Marx. Get this. Fiona is a real estate broker in New York. The guy that she's been dating breaks it off with her. So she takes some time off and she goes to her parents' inn in Vermont. And when she gets there, the guy that broke it off with her is there with a girl. So she really wants him back, so she asks the inn's chef to pretend to be her boyfriend. I actually really like the trope of people pretending to be a couple when they're actually not at the beginning. I also thought that Lacey and Carlo had really good chemistry and they looked really good together. Also, this movie touches the topic of family reconciliation, and I think it's a topic that it's not very common in these movies. Okay, so for number 3, I chose Love Takes Flight. It stars Nikki DeLoach and Jeff Hefner. Okay, so hear me out. I know that this movie is technically not in the Spring Fever lineup, but it aired during that time in 2019. So it's actually a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie, but I really loved it and I'm going to include it. So in this movie, we have Lizzie. She's a hospital director and she has a young daughter named Quinn. So Lizzie is very focused in her job and she plans to bring funds in so they can build a special wing for patients and their families. So she hires an EMT pilot, Charlie, and he's very much the opposite of her. He's very free spirit, doesn't stay in a place very long. There's also this other storyline going on where Lizzie and Quinn meet Walter. He's a widower and he's having a hard time after his wife's passing. I love Walter's storyline and how Lizzie and Quinn help him along the way and have that friendship with him. There's also this theme of healing and forgiveness that is very beautiful and powerful. And I'm not going to mention between who, just in case you haven't seen it, and I really want you to see it. The actor who plays Walter does such an amazing job. Also, I really like the dynamic between Nikki DeLoach and Jeff Hefner. Also, this movie is filmed in Georgia. The visuals are so beautiful and it made me want to be there. So now for number 1 and 2, it's actually a tie because I really couldn't choose. So for number 2, I had to say Flip That Romance. Stars Julie Gonzalo and Tyler Hynes. Here we have Jules and Lance, and they're both house flippers and they used to date. So unbeknownst to each other, they each purchased one side of a duplex, and now they're in this competition where they have to decorate their side in a really short amount of time. I really enjoyed this movie. I love that it was about house flipping and renovation, and I love fixer-uppers, so that was like, yes, this is for me. Also, Tyler Hynes is in this movie. I really enjoyed his Hallmark movie projects. He's so great. I think him and Julie had good chemistry throughout the movie and they share some really great banter. I love me some good Hallmark movie banter. So now for number 1, I chose Love to the Rescue. Stars Nikki DeLoach and Michael Rady. I love Nikki DeLoach. There's 2 movies of her in my countdown. So in this movie we have Kate, she's a single mom, and her daughter Sophia, and then we have single dad Eric with his son Owen, and they both families want to adopt the same dog. So they come up with a schedule and decide to share custody of the dog. I love this movie, it's that good. First I have to say, Sarah Montana wrote the script for this movie. She is amazing. She has written 2 scripts already for Hallmark, and I really hope that she continues to write for them because she's really great. Also, Nikki DeLoach and Michael Rady, need I say more? The kids are adorable and do such a good job in their roles. There's also a dog in this movie, which is a plus. Kate is an animator, which is the coolest job. Also, one of the things that caught my attention, which was so cool, is that Kate has a great relationship with her ex-husband, with Sophia's dad. And they're really great friends. They give each other advice, and that was really refreshing to see. So those were my top 5 Spring Fever Hallmark movies. Let me know in the comments what are your top 5. And also, if you'd like for me to do a specific video, let me know in the comments as well. So amidst everything that has been going on, I really hope that you have a beautiful week, and I pray and hope that things continue to get better. So see you on my next video. God bless. Bye.